courage, compassion, faith, freedom, truth. It's time for courage in the darkness with the host, Phil Roberts. Awakening America to the indoctrination and radicalization. Let's get into it.
I want you to look at the house that just sold down the street. You know the one. It's been in that family for 30 years, but it just went for double the asking price to a couple from Seattle or San Francisco. On the surface, you think, great, more people realize that Tennessee is the best place to be. But then, you see the bumper stickers. You hear them at the local coffee shop complaining that there aren't enough protected bike lanes, or that the local school board doesn't have a director of equity. And it hits you. They aren't here to join us. They're here to colonize us. They are the modern day carpetbaggers. They spent decades voting for the very policies that turn their home states into unlivable, high-tax, crime-ridden hellscapes. They fled the consequences of their own ballots, packed their bags, and brought their equity-obsessed big government mindset right into our backyard. They want the safety and the low taxes of a red state, but they want to keep the radical social engineering that destroyed their blue state that they came from. And if we don't draw the line in the sand right now, they are going to do to Nashville and Knoxville exactly what they did to Seattle and Portland. We have to make a very clear distinction here. There are plenty of people moving to the Truth in the Darkness Network's home turf who are true political refugees. They're the ones who were fighting the good fight in New York or California, got outnumbered, and came here because they actually love the Constitution. We welcome them. They are our brothers and sisters in the fight. But then there's the other group, the ones who moved because they couldn't afford the $5 a gallon gas or the $10,000 property tax bills anymore. Yet they still think the Democrat model is superior. They arrive in a town like Franklin or Hendersonville and immediately start demanding we modernize. They look at our lack of state income tax not as a blessing of liberty, but as an underfunded opportunity to build more bureaucracy. They see our parental rights in schools as backwards and start organizing to flip the school board. They're trying to rebuild the prison that they just escaped from, and they expect us to hand them the keys. It's a psychological disorder where they can't connect the progressive policies they love with the societal decay those policies always produce. How do we stop the colonization? It starts with local engagement. These carpetbaggers are highly organized. They know how to work the protest industrial complex. They show up to city council meetings with pre-written scripts from national activist groups. They use terms like sustainable development and inclusive zoning to hide the fact that they want to turn our suburbs into high-density government-managed hives. we have to be louder. We have to remind our local officials that we didn't build this oasis of freedom just to have it auctioned off to the highest bidder from Silicon Valley. When you see a blueprint for success being pushed in your district that looks suspiciously like the one that failed in Minneapolis, you name it, you call it out. If you moved here from a blue state, you need to understand something. You are a guest until you prove that you share the values of the host. We don't care how you did it in Jersey. We don't care about your progressive accolades from back home. Here, we believe in the nuclear family. We believe in the Second Amendment. And we believe that the government's job is to stay the hell out of our lives. If you can't handle that, the interstate goes both ways. Tennessee is the new frontier for the American right. It's a place where common sense still has a seat at the table, but frontiers have to be defendable, and they have to be defended. The modern day carpetbaggers are at the gate, and they're bringing a woke virus with them that kills every civilization it touches. Don't let them flip your neighborhood. Don't let them guilt trip you into progress. And most importantly, don't let them stay silent about why they actually left their home states in the first place. Make them face the truth. Supporting this show is how I keep the pressure on these people trying to flip our state. The corporate media is never going to call out the carpetbagger phenomenon because they're the ones encouraging it. They want every state to be a blue state. I don't. If you'd like to support the channel and help us keep the Truth in the Darkness Network independent, head over to titdusa.com. Stand with us, support the mission, refuse the silence. I'll see you next time.